Hi, I'm Rob Withers, the Access Services Librarian at Miami University. So, one of my projects during the COVID shutdown was to find a more shareable and more easily maintained method of displaying data about access services operations like circulation and document delivery and information transactions. I wish I could say that I undertook a review of all available products that are out there, but the reality is that Miami is already using multiple tools in the Spring Share suite. So I started with libinsight, which is part of that suite, as a product for tallying and charting statistics on a dashboard. libinsight can import data from spreadsheets, which was handy because I had a couple of years worth of data in spreadsheets. But it also has an administrative interface that people can use to enter data. Um, so I did a lot of uploading and entry. And then there is a dashboard manager in libinsight to create displays. The dashboard manager allowed me to create charts that covered predefined periods of time. So day by day for the past 2 weeks, or the previous month, or the previous year, or information since a specific date. And the nice thing about this is that as time goes on, instead of someone having to go in and adjust the range, the date range of the information that's in there, the charts in libinsight automatically update to cover whatever the time period is that's been selected. So no more going into Excel and having update ranges. Yay! Um, there's also an option for me or for anyone to whom I assign permissions in libinsight to alter the dates. So if there is a need for a custom report, or if someone says, well, I know this is the most recent year, but what about the most recent fiscal year? What about the previous year? There's a way to go in and do those. So for my dashboard, I have pages that cover each of our primary areas: circulation, document delivery, and information transactions. I'm starting one now for some stacks maintenance and shelving. It's kind of underway. And there are 3 pages in each area with predefined displays. One of them is a month by month, and right now that is set month by month from July 2018. So it keeps adding information, and once a year I'm going to have to go in there and change that date. That's the one change I do have to make. And so it's got some bar charts or column charts or line graphs. It's got a mix that tabulates that type of data. Um, there's a chart for the previous month, which is pie chart. So it's things like breakdowns of patron types, breakdowns of subject matter for document delivery, breakdowns of geographic regions that we're getting our document delivery from. And then there's a similar chart with pie charts for the previous year. In addition, I have also set up something now that covers day by day for the most recent 2 weeks. On the screen, if you've been looking at the blurry graphic and wondering what you're looking at, that is some of the pie charts for the most recent year in document delivery. You can kind of see what I've done there. So to start this project out, I started having to think about data from all the sources that we have. So we have Triple I for circulation, we have Iliad for ILL, we have Get It Now, our commercial document provider, LibAnswers, LibCal, we have some homegrown data. And each of these comes with their own idiosyncratic and often challenging and frustrations, limitations and quirks to work around. So one of my challenges was to think across these platforms to what kind of data would I like to present, and how can I find a common set of categories for it, which was sometimes a challenge. So for example, in presenting document delivery, We've got Ohio Link coming from Triple I. We've got Iliad information. We've got Get It Now. Um, so I had to figure out where the information in those from those three things was kind of similar, and then I had to deal with the fact that they don't use exactly the same categories um, in terms of how they break down patron types, for example. Um, each of those three categories has something slightly different. It's not an option for me to go in and try to customize them so that they all match now. So I had to do some work to figure out how I tell the story about what we're getting and where we're getting it from and for whom we're getting it. The nice thing about the dashboard set up in libinsights is that it's possible to set up multiple dashboards, and they can even have overlapping information um, that are and it can be targeted to different audiences. So, for example, you could have one dashboard for in-house in your department, one dashboard for library administration, another dashboard for university administration. Obviously, some things are going to overlap. Well, since all those charts are drawing from the same data, you don't have to create multiple charts like you might have to do in Excel. And you can customize the verbiage that goes along with it, so that you're using more jargon when you're talking to your audience that knows what that is, like if it's in-house, and you're offering more explanation if you're generating something that's for university administration or a board of trustees, for example. Um, as with any system, there are some drawbacks. There's a limited number of displays available, and you don't get to customize the appearance quite as much as you would with Excel. However, I've been happy with the way this has worked out because of the advantages. One of them is now that there's an administrative interface, I can assign staff to do data entry, and I don't have to worry about what if they don't know Excel or what if the Excel spreadsheet does something weird. Um, the dates of coverage update automatically, which is a wonderful thing. And I can generate those charts on a predefined page. So it's a dashboard as opposed to me having to go in and paste a bunch of things into a document. Um, it's been handy. I am going to look at Tableau over the summer just to kind of see what that offers in the way of added benefits and added challenges. But that's where I am. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.